And welcome back to the CHF Overtime Podcast. My name is Jordan DeLuciano, and kicking off today's show is one of the two remaining Howies Players of the Month that we have yet to address and have on the show. So kicking it off will be the DVCHC Howies Player of the Month goaltender for University of Delaware, James Palmieri. James, thank you for joining the show today.
Hey, Jordan. Thanks for having me.
No problem. First of all, congratulations on being named Player of the Month. How does it feel to be given that title of the month of November, and what led you to the success that you had throughout this month?
Thank you for having me again. Team's playing solid. Everyone's playing solid. Just trying to do everything I can to help my team win. It's pretty special to get Player of the Month. Team's playing well, going into winter break in a pretty good run. So just looking to continue.
You guys, your Player of the Month was helped out by you guys going on a 6-game win streak throughout the month of November. What was clicking for the Blue Hens?
Oh, we finally just kind of came together and was like, we have something special here. We want to win games and head into the break, going strong. So we kind of just put everything together, played some consistent hockey, and won some games.
So you're a net. So you got 5 guys in front of you, constantly rotating throughout the game. What are you seeing from the 5 guys up front throughout the season that has led you guys to a 14-3-1 record right now?
Yeah, our forward group, we have great depth. I mean, every single one of our lines could be a top line on any other team. So our forwards are great. Our defense is on the younger side. So, that's been, here and there. It's struggling a little bit, but they're coming together. Everyone's looking good. And, yeah.
So you got the pads on. One of the toughest positions in all of sports. You think of goaltender in hockey, pitcher in baseball, quarterback in football. So goaltender in hockey, what got you in the pads? When did you start off?
So when I was 5, my cousin strapped me up. Him and my 2 brothers strapped me up. I had oven mitts on, and they were just shooting pucks at me. Ever since then, I fell in love with it. I played roller hockey, roller hockey goalie, ice hockey goalie, all throughout my life. And, that's kind of what started it.
So where'd you play before Delaware? High school or travel?
So I played Oceanside High School in Long Island, and then I played at Aviator.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, I started playing ice hockey Bantam year, so kind of a late start, but now we're here.
Okay, yeah. I have family out in Oceanside, so when I saw you're from Oceanside, I'm like, that's very familiar to me. It's
on the website, it says Oceanside, New Jersey, but that's not true. It's Oceanside.
Yeah, I did say I think it says New York. I think unless it says
New Jersey, but it's actually New York. I never told coach to fix it, so
I'm gonna take a look right now. Is it? No, they fixed it. Oceanside, New York.
All right, nice.
Yeah, you're good to go. Yeah, because if it was New Jersey, I probably wouldn't have brought it up because why bring it up? You're not from here, like me. But yeah, Nassau County, right? Nassau County. Did you play at the what's that? Long Beach rink?
Yep. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. When I played Farmingdale, that's where we practiced over the summer, was that Long Beach rink.
Yeah.
So yeah, familiar with the area. So you played Aviator. I might have played against you over the years at Aviator. You guys had that great rink that it was like the air.
I don't describe it, but it was beautiful.
Yeah, it was like the old airport runway. They converted it into a rink.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you had the works over there. So according, I'm looking at your schedule. You guys are done for the first half, right?
Yep, correct.
And then your next game's not till end of January, I believe, right?
Yep, correct.
So how are you guys going to go about with that long layoff? You're off to a great start this year, ranked number 15 in the CHF, first in your conference. How are you guys going to handle that long start and be ready, long break, should I say, and be ready for that next game coming at the end of January?
Yeah, we start practices, I think, January 9th. So, I mean, our best competition is ourselves. We really push each other at practice, and just a hard practice, get us going, get the legs moving, and just hop right back into it.
So you're a net. I saw a game like this recently, and it came to mind, and I'm happy to be talking to a goaltender right now, so I thought I'd ask. You're a net for a game, because looking at your schedule, you've been in this situation a couple times where it's a blowout, and you guys in the favor of the blowout, and you're not doing much all game. Pucks aren't coming towards you. It's always in the offensive zone, which is a good thing for you guys. But for you and net, how do you stay locked in? How do you stay dialed in despite not seeing much action? And then every once in a while, you got to be ready.
You can ask all my teammates. I'm really bad when it comes to that.
Don't give that information out to everyone. They're going to know now.
It's hard to stay focused, but it's all a mental thing. You kind of just try and stay locked in. I kind of try and keep it loose, make some jokes, just keep loose. And it's tough. It is tough.
Talking to yourself down there?
Yeah, basically. It's hard. It's hard.
I always see the goalies, they'll do a skate when there's a face-off in the offensive zone, so they're doing nothing for the time being, and there's a whistle. They'll go for a skate around into the corner. That's just keep the blood flowing, not to freeze up down there.
Yeah, I try to keep moving, especially when there's music in between whistles. That helps a lot too. When there's music, you can move around a little bit. But if it's silent the whole time, it's pretty tough.
Yeah, so what you just, I would imagine I would just be talking to myself down there, just trying to keep anything to keep active. What's that feeling like though, when they come down and I'm sure you played goalie, you said you joined late, but still a decent amount of time in net. What's that feeling like? You don't see anything all game, then all of a sudden they get one past you out of nowhere.
First thing is, oh boy, I just say, oh boy, I kind of just hide myself and I'm like, all right, whatever, move on. We're still winning. As long as we get the win, it's totally fine.
So now let's go from you're on the ice. Now let's say you're not starting one game. The number 2 is going in or whatnot. How do you stay fresh? What's your routine like knowing that you're not starting today? You might not even get in the game, but you still got to be ready just in case.
It's more of the same, just kind of keeping loose, cracking jokes, kind of not think about it. The more I think about it, the more nervous, or the more I'll think about, I'm tight and I'm not going to be able to make a save. So keeping loose, in between, when you're coming out for the period, just stretching a little bit. But always have to have faith in the number 2,
Yeah, number 2s will always get it done. You get the fair share of games. I remember the one game you guys came to the island to play against Farmingdale in that tie. You were in net for that one. But you guys seen Farmingdale, your last 2 games before the Christmas break was against Farmingdale at home. You guys wound up splitting. What'd you guys take away from that weekend series in the 1-1 split?
It's always good to play Farmingdale. They're always a top team in the CHF. We kind of beat ourselves the second game. We kind of, we got pumped, kind of, if you want to say that. But we beat ourselves. We kind of lose our heads and then we lose our game. But we know we compete with them. We compete with every team. So, yeah.
Any team that you're looking at your schedule coming up that you haven't seen yet, you want to get them for the first time, or a team that's bested you maybe this year or in the past that you want to try to get back?
Well, we're pretty excited for our outdoor game coming up against Buffalo State. We're always excited to play Penn State, a little DVCHC rival. And then we got 2 games coming up against Liberty, who are ranked higher than us at 11. So that'll be a fun little weekend to try and get at them.
Yeah, that Liberty team, you guys knocked off early on in the season. But, I'm actually having a Liberty guy, Christian Garofalo for Liberty University, stepping in, and he'll be on the podcast right after you. So I'll ask him what he feels about that Delaware team that you guys have to face off. Within your own division, though, you mentioned Buff State, upstate team, and then the Atlantic Coast, you got Liberty. Anyone in your own division you got your eyes on right now?
Penn State, pretty solid team. We beat them earlier in the year. And then Kutztown, for some reason, we always have trouble playing against. We take penalties, and their power play is really good. So got to keep an eye on them. And next time we play them, playing pretty tough.
Yeah, there's always that one team. It doesn't really matter any sport. There's always one team in the division that you always, whether you guys are having a great year and they're not, or they're having a great year and you're not. There's always going to be a battle. And as that cuts down for you guys.
Exactly. Yeah. We played them twice the past 2 years, and it hasn't gone well for us. So next time we play them, we definitely want to, come out swinging.
Yeah, I see the one game so far this year was not ideal for you guys in the blue jerseys. So yeah, Kutztown last year was in the Fed Cup, kind of called one of their games, I believe, against Alvernia. 2 very good teams, both. I believe Kutztown's in your conference. Is Alvernia as well? I got to
not anymore. I think they went NCAA, but then they have another team, but I think they're in the American CHF.
I'm seeing Alvernia in the DVCHC, but they could be in the American Conference. I got a lot to keep up with. So now to you personally in Delaware, what year of school are you in currently, and what are you pursuing academic-wise?
I'm a senior. I'm a finance and business analytics double major.
Gotcha. Anything specific within that double major you want to go for?
Definitely finance, trying to make the most money possible. But definitely not looking forward to graduating. Wish I could, play club hockey all my life.
Yeah, it comes up fast, Yeah, I know from experience. I remember sitting there freshman year, and then the coach saying, sophomore year, saying, oh, it's gonna go fast, before you know it ends, and then boom, it's over. So you're, as a senior, you're going into Christmas break, you're coming in your last push towards the Fed Cup and then the finale of it all. What do you personally are aiming for as a collegiate athlete to try to accomplish before you graduate?
Yeah, for me being a senior, the past 3 years, we've kind of been taken away from the chance at winning nationals. So coming into this year, we're hungry. We're doing anything possible to win this year. That's our goal.
Everything is on the table. Not just go to the Fed Cup for the first time, but also go for that conference title and try to take out, I believe it was Alvernia last year that took the crown. But yeah, you guys had the shortened season last year. Any talks right now about what about the Fed Cup going in this year? Because you guys right now are looking pretty good. Again, I don't want to hit the whammy on it, but if I had to say, Delaware should be represented in that Fed Cup.
Yeah, we're trying not to think about it too much, but we're definitely we want to be there. We're looking for the conference title first. We're upset with the rankings, but it's not where you finish. It's all about making it to March. That's all it's about.
Yep, a lot of teams. You guys are ranked in the teens, in the 15, but a lot of those teams last year, last year, they made some noise and knocked out the 1s and the 2s and the 3s and so forth. So, it's the placement. Teams play for good rankings throughout the season, but you never know what's going to happen because last year in March at the Fed Cup, that it was a lot of teams were gone that many teams thought had a chance to win it all.
We're looking forward to it.
So I asked you personally what you want to see. What is Delaware? What do you want to see from your team? Anything you guys want to improve on in the second half run?
Yeah, it's kind of we always talk about it, just being consistent, coming out every game, playing the same game. We tend to struggle, not show up for some games and just kind of, take teams lightly. We just want to play a consistent hockey game every game, come out strong and, just win games. That's all that matters.
Just get the win. That's all that matters. You guys are, like I said, number 15, 14-3-1 on the season. Off to a very good start, as you are in net. James, thank you for joining the podcast. Congratulations on winning Player of the Month. Good luck the rest of the way, man.
Thank you for having me. Appreciate it.
No problem, James. So once again, that was goaltender for University of Delaware, James Palmieri out of the DVCHC. He is the Player of the Month. And had a very strong month. We mentioned earlier in the interview, backed by Delaware's 6-game winning streak. It came to an end right at the end of the season. We mentioned that Farmingdale series at home. They won their 6th game on Friday, December 2nd, 5-4 over Farmingdale. The next night lost 6-2. So the 6-game winning streak came to an end in that 6-2 loss. But they were on a very good run. They also tied Farmingdale 4-4 on Long Island. I actually had a chance to call that game. Very good back and forth action. But we have one more guest joining. I sent him his join request. We are all good to go. I just want to send him a reminder text message so he is aware. Christian Garofalo coming into this podcast right now with the number 11th ranked Liberty University Flames. 10 games, 10 goals, 12 assists, 22 points in 13 games. So well over a point a game, just under a goal a game. So he's been putting a puck in the net often for Liberty. They're off to a very good start. They had a very good season last year. They were bounced in pool play within the Fed Cup. But let's welcome right now Christian Garofalo to the podcast representing Liberty University. Christian, thank you for joining.
Thank you for having me on. I appreciate it.
No problem, man. Well, first of all, congratulations on winning Player of the Month out of the Atlantic Coast Conference. How you feeling about getting that honor?
Yeah, I'm feeling pretty good. It's an honor. It's cool. I've been working hard all season as the rest of the team have been, so it's definitely a cool thing.
You are from Bristol, Indiana?
Yep.
Liberty University in Virginia. What brought you? How'd you go from Indiana to Virginia at Liberty?
Yeah, so I have a teammate I played with the past couple of years who kind of introduced me to the school, and actually he's at Liberty as well. He's playing for the D2 team, but through him I kind of heard about it, and then I went and checked out the school, and here I am now. So
yeah, you are now exactly. So Indiana, again, I'll stick with Indiana, not the state known for its hockey, but here you are lighting it up for Liberty, which is a very prestigious hockey school. They have club teams all over the place. I don't believe they have NCAA. You can correct me if I'm wrong. What got you into hockey?
I've been playing hockey for a long time. This is my 10th or 11th season. So, I was watching as a matter of fact, watching a Boston Bruins game when I was 8, and I decided that, I wanted to play hockey and give it a shot. And here we are now. So yeah, you're right. There's not a lot of hockey in Indiana. So it's been, a lot of traveling for sure. So
yeah. Did you mainly play any high school or travel hockey within Indiana? Like you said, a lot of moving around, you know?
Right. Yeah. So I played, since I'm 13, I've been playing AAA hockey in Michigan. So, I've been all over through Michigan, different parts of Michigan, anywhere from 2 to 3 hours away. So Michigan is where I grew up hockey wise. So I spent a lot of time in that state.
Oh, wow. Yeah. So you went from Indiana and you're playing at Michigan, and that's like the cream of the crop right now.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it's top
within the States. What team? Did you mention the team that you played for?
I played all over the place. I played for Fox Motors for a little bit. I played for Meyer. Last year I played for Big B. So I've been a little bit here, there, and everywhere. So
okay. So I'm looking at your birth year, 2004. So I'm taking the assumption your first year at Liberty, right?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Yes. So what was that transition like going from you're playing AAA hockey to now you're playing collegiate hockey?
It's been good. It's been pretty smooth. It's the facilities we have there are pretty incredible. So it hasn't been too difficult, and all the advantages that we can take advantage of there have made it a pretty easy transition. The level of play is still top notch, so I'm enjoying that, and being able to get my studies done too. So,
well, I usually follow up at the end asking this question, but you mentioned studies. I'll go with it. What are you pursuing here at Liberty University?
So I'm going for an undergrad in exercise science and then postgraduate in chiropractic school. So my dad's a chiropractor, so that's what I'd like to be too.
There you go. Yeah. Nice. So you guys this year have played 4 games against 2 teams from the CHS, Tennessee and Georgia Tech. You guys have won all 4. What was it like getting a taste of that out-of-conference play and not just going to like a local out-of-conference team? You guys got a taste of the teams down south and knocked them off.
Yeah, it was good. I mean, they're tough down there. So I remember the Tennessee games; those were 2 tough games. We beat them in overtime the one day, and then they came back and definitely gave us a run the next day. But yeah, it's good. It was definitely good to play out of conference, and all these teams are pretty new for me. Just my first year,
yep.
So just getting a taste of them all has been pretty exciting.
So how you go about handling that? Getting brand new exposure to a much more broader audience, like we just talked about, playing teams like in Tennessee and Georgia Tech as well. So how have you handled that new experience to getting this new opponents, should I say?
Right.
Lack of better terms.
Yeah. I mean, it's pretty similar to the way it was before. I kind of focus on what I can do, and usually I'll make sure I note who the top guys are from each team before we go in and play them. But it's mainly just making sure that I'm ready to go and the rest of my team is ready to go. No matter who we're playing. So
you've went from Indiana to playing AAA hockey in Michigan. So very prestigious jump there. And in this year, you've only failed to score in 5 games. You guys are, what I believe, 11-2 right now. So 13 games. Out of the 13 games, you've only failed to score a goal in 5 of them, and you've only been held pointless in 2 of them. What has brought you your success throughout your playing career before college and now at Liberty, where you're leading the team?
Yeah, I mean, it's just continuing to work hard. I got a really good group of guys around me. I started, especially these past 4 or 5 games, we were kind of moving the lineups around a little bit, and the line that I've, found myself on has been doing pretty good. So I got a good group of guys around me who know what it takes to win and want to win, and, want to work hard, and even the coaching staff too. I think we know what it takes. And so we're just trying to get that done, the best we can.
Was your line, were you placed on a line with a couple veterans? Do you have any freshmen, whether it be on the back end or the forward end with you?
Yeah, so I play with Kenny Fogarty. He's a senior this year. And then I'm also on a line with Carson Desmarais. I'm still working on how to pronounce his last name.
Playing with 13 games.
Yeah. So, but we've been doing really well, and even the rest of the team, like we have such good depth and all the way around. So, yeah.
I actually had a chance last year to interview, I believe he was the captain at the time, I assume is Jamie Ross, right?
Yeah. Yep. Yeah.
How has his leadership been? He was there last year throughout the trials and tribulations of last season. They had a very good year, regular season, got bounced in the Fed Cup pool play. What's it like having him as a leader?
It's good. He's an intense, he loves the sport, and he I think he loves every single one of us. He wants to see us do the best we can. And he definitely shows that, in different ways. And he wants to win as much as everybody else does, and probably a little bit more. But his leadership has been great. He's an intense guy, and he just loves the sport. So it's good having that type of passion on the team for sure, and especially in leadership.
So this Liberty team, you guys are 11-2. You started off 0-2, and you haven't lost since. So we'll start with the bad before we get to the good. What happened in those first 2 games that you guys dropped 0-2?
I thought we played pretty good games. I chalked that one up to, maybe just some chemistry stuff, still trying to get to know guys. I believe we brought in 11 freshmen this year. 11 new guys. So, about half a new team. So I think just trying to get to know play styles and that, different types of things, is kind of where that's at. I know we lost at Delaware and we play them in the second semester here. So I think we're definitely looking forward to another couple games with them. So.
The one I had, the guest I had on right before you was the goalie for Delaware, and I asked him, what's the teams that you look forward to seeing again? And I think one of the first 2 or the first one, I got to go back and watch. I'll go with the first one he mentioned was Liberty.
Yeah.
You guys.
Yeah, we're looking forward to getting them again. So, we had a tough loss against them and, it was first weekend. So, I can't complain too much, but we're definitely looking forward to get them again. So I think, I'm hoping for a different outcome this time.
Yeah, you guys are 11, they're 15. So you guys are right near each other in the rankings. Yep. So those 2 games, they're over and done with. Now you're on an 11-game win streak right now. And that's what's brought you just a tad outside that top 10 in the CHF. What has gone right? What'd you guys correct? And what have you seen from the guys in front of you?
I think, guys have gotten more serious about it. And like I said before, I think, we have a really, really good culture on the team and we have guys that are willing to work hard and want to do what it takes to win. And I think, we've kind of just started clicking. And like I said, we've been throwing our lines around. And I think we found some good chemistry between certain guys. And I think across all the lines, like we have really, really good depth and I think each line can compete. Absolutely. So, it's been, we're on a bit of a hot streak, which is a good thing. So.
Yeah, so right now you guys are done for the first half. You guys don't play till the end of January. What is going to be your approach coming back knowing you're going into the second half of the season red hot?
Yeah, I think making sure we're not getting too overconfident or cocky per se, making sure we are still sticking to the fundamentals that is, that we need to stick to in order to find the wins that we're finding. But I think making sure, we're just we're ready to come back. I think a good little break will be good for us, and then we'll be ready for a second semester, recharged and ready to go and continue, what we're doing.
And lastly, I asked the goaltender of Delaware, James Palmieri. I'll ask you now, what teams are you looking forward to facing? Maybe a team that's gotten your number this year, or a rival, or someone you haven't even seen yet.
I think I'm really looking forward to the Penn State. We play them when we come back, I believe January 22nd, 23rd, or something like that. I'm looking forward to that game. I know they're a pretty good team. I know they got one guy who can put up some points. So I'm looking forward to getting them, especially at home. And then also Delaware too. I think that's the only team we play this year that we're going to see twice before conference or nationals or anything like that. So definitely, trying to get back at them, after losing to them in the beginning there. So I think those would be the 2 teams.
Nice. Well, Christian, good stuff. Thank you for joining the podcast. I appreciate it. And congratulations on winning Player of the Month within your conference.
Thank you. I appreciate you having me on, Jordan.
No problem. Good luck the rest of the way. Happy holidays to you and then James as well. I didn't get a chance to say before.
Thank you.
All right. So once again, James Palmieri, University of Delaware before, Christian Garofalo from Liberty University, both Players of the Month within their own conference. I want to thank all the other 4, so 6 total, that won their November Players of the Month. Vincent Spazianti from Fairfield University, representing the Empire Conference. Patrick Venner from Nichols College out of the NEIHC. The CHS Player of the Month, Derek Morgia out of Florida Tech. And then Binghamton University Bearcats, Thomas McKee, TJ McKee out of the Upstate League here in New York. All 6 of them had great months, and their teams are having very good seasons so far. So thank you to all 6 for joining. And to wrap this up, you've been listening to the CHF Overtime Podcast. As always, my name is Jordan DeLuciano. Thank you for watching, and we will see you all next week.